Hey guys, this is my last video in this series about surviving the holidays, and what we're talking about today is what to do with those holiday leftovers. So for our Christmas holiday, we actually entertained 3 times. We had Thanksgiving here, we have our Christmas party, and then we had Christmas Eve dinner at our house. Sorry. And for our Christmas party, we had roughly 50 people here, and then for Christmas Eve, we had about 20 people here. And so in the last week, I have made a 26-pound pasture-raised turkey from our friend's farm. We made 3 legs of lamb from our ranch. We made duck from our ranch. And we made 4, count them 4, prime ribs, in addition to lots of other stuff. And to feed 70 people over a 4-day period, whatever. And so I actually had quite a bit of the turkey left. Needless to say that the prime rib was snatched up. But I had quite a bit of the turkey left because the turkey took longer to cook. Everybody had already eaten when the turkey was completely finished. And what we had done was we had injected it with our own Cajun seasoning. That is a recipe we use and have used for years. And we did it in our infrared fryer outside. So it's an oilless fryer. And anyway, I had roughly... And when I cut all the meat up today, I had roughly 10 pounds of turkey left over. So I decided that I was going to make a paleo turkey pot pie. For me, some of my fondest food memories as a child are of pot pie. Something about them, comfort food. And as you all know, the pie crust on a pot pie is not only not good for you, but it is toxic to the human body. It harms the gut microbiome. For those of you who have issues with MTHFR or autoimmune issues, it's literally deadly. And so I, a couple years ago, decided to come up with an alternative to the pot pie so that I had my comfort food available, but that this one was completely allergen friendly, completely autoimmune friendly, not going to damage the gut microbiome, raise inflammatory responses, any of those things. And it was phenomenal. And I haven't made it in a while just because I haven't. And so with all that turkey, it was the one thing that stood out to me was I really wanted to make a pot pie. So I'm going to post the recipe in the comment section for you. This recipe is not exactly how I did it. It's basically with measurements because I don't cook with measurements. So I'll tell you how I did things and how I changed things up a little bit. But basically, I started with just 2 red onions, a bag of carrots, and a whole head of celery. And in some butter, ghee, olive oil, whatever you want, whatever your healthy anti-inflammatory oil is. I sweated those with some salt. That's it. Then I moved those to a bowl and I cut up the turkey into bite-sized pieces and I put that in the pan and just tossed it around enough to warm it all the way through and to get some of the juices out of the turkey. When I then moved the turkey into the bowl with the vegetables and mixed that all up, I had some of the natural juices from reheating the turkey left in the bottom of the pan. I added a little bit of cassava flour to that, 1 tablespoon to what was in there just to thicken it up, poured it over the vegetables, and then I cut up teeny tiny pieces of 2 heads of broccoli, steamed those a little bit, just in a couple tablespoons of broth, and then added those to the baking dish with my turkey, my vegetables, and the broccoli and the thickened sauce or broth. Then, because my turkey was already seasoned, I didn't use any more salt or pepper. or really any seasonings, except I had some fresh rosemary left over from the lamb in the refrigerator. So I took all the little rosemary leaves off of the stalks and threw that in there and mixed it up. And that was really the only seasoning I used. The original recipe called for salt, pepper, and garlic. I didn't even do that because the seasoning that we had in the turkey itself had cayenne, garlic, onion powder, butter, and so it was very, very flavorful on its own. And then again, the recipe that I had called for adding thyme and sage. Because the turkey was seasoned, I didn't do that, but you can add whatever seasonings float your boat. And then I put that all in a baking dish and I made a pie crust. And my pie crust was so simple. 3 ingredients: cassava flour, olive oil, and a little bit of water. And that was it. Literally, that's it. And I mixed that up until it made a dough, put it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes, then brought it out, rolled it out flat, laid it on top of my baking dish, and then I put it in the oven at 375 for roughly 30 minutes. And that was it. I'm going to post pictures of how it looked along the way. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and post a recipe. Oh, I did add chives to it because I had some of those too in the refrigerator. It was literally just taking all of the stuff out of the refrigerator that I had left over that I hadn't used up and made something like my mom used to call it kitchen sink, the kitchen sink stew or whatever. So so anyway, that is what I did with my leftovers. There's plenty of creative things you can do with the leftovers. We have some lamb left over this week. We're making a Moroccan lamb stew. We had stuffing left over, which I am known for my grain-free Italian sausage stuffing, and we just eat that by itself. We made the best Paleo hollandaise sauce to go over the asparagus, which I still have some left, and I've got to come up with something creative. I've been putting that over poached eggs all week. But no matter what you have in your refrigerator that you don't know what to do with, there's a way to reinvent that, because I know if you're like us, you get sick of just the leftovers. And I was really just sick of picking it. Oh, that was what else I made? A ham. But I was sick of picking at the ham, the turkey, the duck, the lamb by itself, just reheating what it was. So take those things, reinvent them, come up with a new life for them, and trust me, your family will want to eat them. The kids were so excited about the pot pie today. They absolutely loved it. It passed every one of my kids' stamps of approval. And normally I would put peas in it, like I said, and the kids said that the broccoli actually made it better. So if you all have any questions about my recipe, let me know. Comment in the comments with what your favorite thing to do with your holiday leftovers is. And I hope that you all had a very Merry Christmas and that you have a very happy New Year and a very safe one at that. Stay home, try not to drive. People on the roads are usually crazy on New Year's Eve. We're having some friends over and doing a family game night with a couple of families for New Year's Eve. So please enjoy the holiday. Be around your friends and family. Do something fun, take care of yourself, and we will see you at the start of 2021 with all the wonderful things that next year has in store for all of us.